Namaste everybody, it's David Breen from Sharing Yoga. Welcome back to another live streaming yoga class. Number 119 probably, or something like that. So today, I've got a nice flow practice with you. So I want you to do the practice along with me. Probably take about half an hour, let's say, right? So let's get right to it. We're going to begin today in child's pose. We're going to have the knees wide apart and the arms out in front if that's comfortable. So go ahead and come down into child's pose. Knees about mat width apart, big toes toward each other, and then you ease yourself down like this. If you can't get your forehead to the floor, you grab a block and you might place the block here to help you out. And then if you can get the arms out in front like this, this will help to open up the side body a little bit and maybe some of the upper back muscles. And just breathe here for a minute. And then from here we'll come up onto the hands and knees. And we'll come into a downward facing dog. So hands are shoulder width, feet are hip width. You come up and back. And you begin to work down dog here by bending and unbending the knees. So you're straightening the legs and bending the knees. I'm trying to get stuff warmed up. And as I bend the knees, I can sink the torso down toward the floor a little bit more here. Good. Then a nice counter pose for this would be hero pose. So we come and sit back toward the heels. Maybe arch the back a little bit. And then we'll come back into down dog. Again, this time I'll straighten the legs and I'll just move back and forth a little bit like this. Nice and easy, nice and slow. Begin to give the shoulders a little bit of work and the back of the legs. If we have the legs straight, then you'll feel that gently pulling on the hamstrings and calf muscles. And then we'll come back down into hero again. Sit back here. Maybe arch the back a little bit and breathe deep. And then coming up onto the hands and knees and right back into a downward facing dog again. So in this down dog, I'm going to straighten my legs and keep the thighs engaged and then gently press the hips back. Focusing on the deep breath. And then go ahead and look forward. Walk your feet forward. And if you have a block here, go ahead and grab that block again. Feet are going to be hip width apart. And I'd like it just to rest your hands on the block. Relax your head completely. And little by little, you'll begin to straighten your legs. And then from here you can experiment with maybe shifting the weight back into the heels. So the legs are pretty straight as you can stand them. Shifting the weight back into the heels, head is relaxed. And next, shift the weight forward into the balls of the feet. So the heels are still touching the mat, they're still on the floor. And then you can bend the elbows and they become a little bit deeper into that. Head is relaxed. Deep inhale. Deep exhale.
then shift the weight back into the heels again. Straighten the legs. And then bend the knees a little bit. Bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, come up to standing. And exhale here. So we'll put the block aside. Next, you're going to take your feet about hip width apart. This next brief series is done with the heels up off the ground. So the idea is that we don't lift our heels up as much as we can. We come to a kind of a medium amount there. So if I can lift my heels up 3 inches off the ground, I'm only going to come up 1.5 inches. Interlace the fingers and press the palms up toward the ceiling. Lengthen out. And then bring the heels up about halfway to your maximum. And then we're going to take a side stretch. So lean over toward the right hand side. You can press the hips toward the left a little bit. If this is your first time trying this with the heels up off the ground, it's okay to bring your heels down to the ground, but experiment with it so that you can get in the habit of taking this pose a little bit further, a little bit deeper. Lengthen out through both arms. Legs are straight, pressing the hips toward the left, and the heels are up off the ground. And then we'll come back to center, maintain our balance here, and then take it over to the left-hand side. Legs are straight, arms are trying to straighten out, leaning over to the left, pressing the hips toward the right. Heels are still up off the ground. And then back to center. And then release the arms and release the heels. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. And then we'll bring the heels up again, just a little bit now. Arms come up to the side, and you'll begin to make some circles here with the arms. Working the shoulders a little bit. Opposite direction. Opposite direction again. And release. Take a deep inhale and deep exhale. Now we're going to hook the thumbs together, bring the arms up overhead, lift the heels up off the ground again, and then a little bit of a twist and turn toward the right hand side. And you can begin to lengthen out here by dropping the heels or sinking the heels down, but not till they touch the floor, and then reaching up through the fingertips in the opposite direction as you twist. Back through center, and then opposite side. A little bit of a twist. Heels are sinking down, fingers are reaching up at the same time. So we're lengthening things out. Back to center, inhale, exhale, release the arms, release the heels. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Now we're going to turn toward the front of our mat, have the feet together. You're going to bend into the knees, inhale the arms out in front and up overhead into Utkatasana or fierce pose. This is our feature pose today for today's practice. So gently squeeze your knees together. Try to arch the back, palms of the hands are facing each other, and you're sinking down little by little. Squeeze those knees together gently. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, fold forward and down, all the way down. Let the arms relax, let the head and neck relax. Inhale, look forward a little bit. Exhale, step back into a high push-up. Hold here with a little bend in the elbows and engage your thigh muscles. And then we'll lower down. Inhale, press up to cobra like this, or upward facing dog, all the way up like this. Thighs are engaged if you've got your thighs up off the ground. A little bend in the elbows. Draw the shoulder blades toward each other. And then we transition to downward facing dog. In down dog, legs are straight, thighs are engaged, gently pressing those hips back toward the back of your mat. And your gaze is back toward your toes. That space in between your feet. Bend the knees and look forward. Inhale. Feet come forward. Feet are together. Fold. And relax. Inhale, bend the knees. Sweep the arms back out in front and up overhead. So we're back in Utkatasana again. Squeeze the knees together. Try to arch the back a little bit. And then draw the belly in or tighten up your abdominal muscles. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, fold forward and down. Hold it here. Take a deep inhale. Deep exhale. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step back. Little bend in the elbows. Thighs are nice and strong. Building up some strength here in plank pose. Lowering down. Point the toes back toward the wall behind you. Inhale up to cobra or upward facing dog. And then transition to a downward facing dog. Straight legs. Thighs are engaged. Hips are pressing back little by little. So it's almost like you're trying to get your nose towards your toes, closer towards your toes, but without moving your hands or feet. Bend the knees, look forward. Inhale, walk the feet forward. Feet will be together. Fold and relax. Now bend your knees. Inhale, sweep the arms out in front and up overhead. So we're back in Utkatasana now. Knees are squeezing together, arching the back a little bit, sinking the hips down a little bit. We're going to take the hands around back and interlace the fingers. I'm going to turn forward so you can see this a little bit better. I'm going to draw the shoulder blades toward each other. Take the hands away from the back a little bit. And then take your left leg up over your right leg. So eagle's legs without eagle's arms. So little by little, I'll squeeze the legs together, sink down a little bit, and draw the hands away from the back. And breathe. You're going to release the arms and legs, sweep the arms up overhead and inhale. As you exhale, bend back into the knees, back into Utkatasana pose. Hands come around back again, interlace the fingers. Shoulder blades squeeze, take the hands away from the back, keep the knees bending, take the right leg up and over the left leg this time. Legs are gently squeezing together, and little by little you're drawing those hands away from the back. Release the arms and legs, sweep the arms up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward and down. Now this time, take your palms of your hands to the back of your calf muscles. Gently press the hands into the calves. Press the calves back into the hands. Tuck the chin toward the chest. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release the hands. Step back into high push-up again. Plank pose. Thighs are nice and strong, elbows are bent, look forward, lower down. Inhale to up dog or cobra. And then take it into downward facing dog. Bend the knees and look forward. Inhale, feet come forward. Feet are together. Fold. Relax. Bend the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms out in front and back up overhead. This time, left arm comes down, right arm on top, bend the elbows. Keep the knees bending, left leg up over the right leg. Gently squeeze the legs together. And gently, gently, gently press the elbows forward. Release the arms and legs. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Bend back into the knees, back into Utkatasana. Right arm comes down in front, left arm on top. Keep the knees bending, right leg up over the left leg. Release the arms and legs. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward and down, all the way down. Again, the hands come to the back of the calf muscles. Press the hands into the calves. Press the calves back into the hands. Head is relaxed. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release the arms. Step back into plank pose. Now here you can add some side planks in. So feet together. You just let the heels relax over toward the right and the left arm comes up for side plank with the legs straight. You can also do this where the knee is on the floor. You can bring that right knee to the floor to make it a little bit more easier, I guess. And then back to center. And then we'll take it to the opposite side. Heels drop to the left, right arm comes up. And then back to center. And then we'll lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And transition to downward facing dog. Legs are straight and we're pressing those hips back, engaging the thighs. Bend the knees and look forward. Inhale, feet come forward, feet are together. Fold and relax. Bend the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms up, back into Utkatasana. So from here, hands come down to heart center. Look down at your knees. Notice that they're parallel. Try to keep them parallel as you bend them and squat down a little bit more, and then take the left elbow or the left hand to the outside of the left knee for a twist. Look at the knees. Make them have parallel like this. Press the hips toward the right and twist toward the right. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, fold and relax. Bend the knees. Inhale, arms come out in front and up overhead. Back into Utkatasana. Hands come back down to heart center. Squat, bend, fold, and twist to the left. Look at your knees, nice and parallel. So the way to do this is to shift your hips to the left a little bit. And then if you want a little bit deeper stretch, press the right upper arm into the left knee and thigh to get a little leverage. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, fold and relax. Hands come behind the calf muscles again. Press the hands forward, press the calves back. Relax the head. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release the hands. Step back into a high push-up. Speaking of push-ups, you can add a push-up in here. So you're going to keep the elbows tucked in toward the ribs. Lower down, press back up, and pause here. And then right into downward facing dog. Bend the knees and look forward. Inhale, feet come forward, feet are together. Fold and relax. Bend the knees, inhale, sweep the arms out in front and up overhead. And then from here, and bring the hands out in front here. Take the right ankle and bring it just above the left knee. Press out through your right heel like this. Fingers come out in front. Keep that right foot active. You'll fold at the waist and bend the left knee at the same time and come down little by little by little here. Breathe in. Coming up, releasing, bending back into the knees again. Left ankle comes just above the right knee and thigh. Press out through your left heel like this, and then bend and fold little by little. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Feet together. Inhale, bend the knees, arms come up. From here, we'll lift the heels up off the ground a little bit. We did that at the beginning of practice during the warm-ups. Keep the heels elevated. Squeeze the knees together gently. Pull the belly in. Try to arch the back a little bit. You can actually just sink all the way down if you want. Bring the hands out in front. And then drop the heels, straighten the legs, come down into a forward bend, relax the head. Deep breath in, and deep breath out. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step back. And again, it's a good time to work on some upper body strength. You can look forward, keep the thighs engaged. Lower down into chaturanga, low push up. Push back up into high push up or plank, and then back to downward facing dog. Now you're going to look forward towards your hands. You're going to try to bring yourself up onto your fingertips here, and then walk the fingers back toward the feet. Shake out the hands. If you want to take a deeper forward bend here, grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Relax your head. Bend your elbows and try to straighten your legs at the same time. Shift some of the weight forward so you feel the big toes pressing down into the peace fingers. And then gently pull the peace fingers back up into the big toes. Nice and easy. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release. Now, take the fingers again. Heels come up off the ground here. A little bit of a finger strengthening exercise. When you get right about here, flatten the hands or back in down dog. Legs are straight. Press the hips back. Bend the knees and look forward. Inhale, walk the feet forward. Feet are together. Fold and relax. Then bend the knees, inhale, sweep the arms out in front and up overhead. One last Utkatasana here. We'll shift the weight back into the heels, sink the seat back and down, bend the knees, reach to the fingertips. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, hands to heart center. Separate your feet so they're hip width apart. Close the eyes. Press the palms together firmly. Concentrate on your breath. And then we'll open the eyes up. Shake out the arms a little bit. Bend the knees a couple of times. So next will be half moon pose. Right foot forward, left foot back, left hand to the left hip. You're going to come onto the right fingertips and bring the left leg up. Press out through your left heel and engage your left thigh, and then try to bring that left hip up and over your right hip. And then maybe the left fingers point up toward the ceiling. and then release, and we'll switch sides. So left foot forward, right foot back, right hand to the right hip. Come down onto the left fingertips. When you get here and your gaze is grounded, bring that right leg up, engage the right thigh, press out to the right heel. Right hip's moving up and over the left hip, and then maybe the right arm's coming up. And release. Good. Take a deep inhale. Deep exhale. Let's turn the other way again. Right foot forward, left foot back. Arms come up overhead. Interlace the fingers. And then you keep the arms alongside the ears. Bring the weight forward into the right leg and float the left leg up. So in this case, the hips are turning toward the floor, squaring toward the floor. Opposite of half moon that we just did. And we'll release. And then opposite side. Right foot steps back, arms come up. Interlace. Lean. And float. And release. Excellent. Feet come together. Inhale the arms up overhead. Take a little back bend. Tighten up your lower extremities. Tighten up your glutes and your thighs. And take just a little back bend here. And then forward and down, all the way down. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step back. And then from here, drop to the knees. Place your forearms on the floor. And then we'll come into forearm plank. Legs come up. Press your wrists down into the floor. Tighten up your thighs and breathe. From here, you're going to bring your right forearm parallel to the floor. Try to press your hips up away from the floor. Side forearm plank. And then back to forearm plank. This time, as you tighten the thighs, press the midpoint of the forearms down into the floor. And then we'll switch to the other side. Left forearm is parallel with the front of the mat. Try to press the hips up away from the floor. Maybe the right arm comes up. And then back to forearm plank. Thighs are engaged. Pressing the forearms into the floor. Now without moving your elbows, gently try to drag your elbows toward your feet. And release the knees. Sit back into hero pose. Close your eyes. Concentrate on your breath. And then we'll open the eyes up. So we'll come to seated next for Dandasana. The legs are straight out in front. Toes point toward the ceiling. Hands come alongside the hips. Keep the heels on the floor. Engage the thighs. Draw the shoulder blades toward each other. Now let everything relax. Take the soles of the feet together. And draw the heels in as close as you can comfortably. You can hold the ankles or you can interlace the fingers on the outside edge of the feet. And then from here, you're allowing the knees to relax toward the floor, or you're coaxing them toward the floor gently. And then I'm just going to move the heels out about 3 inches and maybe sit up a little taller and draw myself forward and down. So you want to just notice how this feels for your knees and your hips and your back. If anything doesn't feel right, just stop doing what you're doing. Don't force it. And then maybe another 3 inches out with the heels. And then perhaps finally the legs come into a diamond shape. You can rest your hands on top of the ankles or put the hands underneath. You can relax here, or you can actively draw yourself forward and down. So trying to draw the head toward the feet gently. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, come up. And go ahead and bring the knees together. Keep the knees together, bring the arms up here, arch the back, and then float the heels up off the ground. So squeeze your knees together, continue to arch the back, and breathe. Release. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Good. We'll shake the legs out here. So take the sole of the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Arms come up overhead. Come forward over that right leg. If you can grab the right foot, go ahead and grab it. Otherwise, grab the right leg. By little, we're trying to align ourselves over that right leg for this forward bend. Inhale, look forward. As you exhale, bend your right knee and draw your right heel just in front of your left ankle like this. Take the left hand out to the side, bring the right arm up. So reach high and then lean forward. Bring the right arm to the inside of the right leg, and then wrap the right arm, or try to wrap the right arm around the right shin. And then the left shoulder comes up, and the left arm comes around back, and the hands come toward each other out back. And the motion here is that the head's moving toward the floor. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release. We're going to take the right foot now with both hands. Bring the right leg up a little bit. Elbows stay bent. Try to arch the back so you're sitting up tall. And as much as you try to straighten the leg, you're gently pulling back with the bent elbows and trying to straighten the back out little by little. Now you're going to place the right foot or the right ankle just to the inside of that left knee or just to the outside of the left knee. So you don't want to have it pulled way back here. You want to have those two joints lined up perfectly there. And then left arm comes around the right leg. Right arm comes around back. Inhale, sit up tall, and exhale, we'll end that series of postures on this side with a deep twist. And then we'll release back to center, shake the legs out. And then left leg's going to be straight, so the right foot comes to the inside of the left thigh, and we'll fold over that left leg. For seated head to knee pose, A, Janu Shirshasana A. Now we're going to release out of here, bend the left knee, bring the left heel just in front of the right ankle. Right hand comes out to the right hand side, left arm comes up. Inhale and lift, and exhale, fold. And you're going to try to wrap the right arm around the wrap the left arm around the front of the left shin like this. And then the right arm comes up and back, and the hands come toward each other here. And then we'll release here. Take a hold of that left foot now with both hands. Keep the elbows bent. Try to straighten the leg, but try not to let it straighten out 100%. And then try to straighten the back or arch the back. And now for the deep twist, the left foot or the left ankle moves toward the right knee, either just to the inside or just to the outside. Right arm wraps around, left hand comes out back. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist and turn and look toward the left hand side. And we'll release. So that's all I have in my sequence today. So we can end the sequence with perhaps a supported bridge pose. So if you've got a foam block like this and put it the flat way here, you can come into bridge, slide it the flat way. You can see that there. So it goes right underneath the sacrum and tailbone, lowest part of the back there. And feet are flat on the floor, arms are just relaxing here, and you might stay here for, up to 5 minutes, let's say, if you wanted to end your practice like this. If you're ready to say goodbye now, then I'm David Breen from Sharing Yoga. I'm going to take bridge pose here for a little bit, supported bridge pose with the block. It's been my pleasure to share practice with you today. Namaste.